Is it somebody right on my call? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I am here because I'm shocked. Tia Mowry has found love again after Corey Hardrick. Yes, out of the mouth of Tia, she has said it, that she has found love again. However, she's not going to share with whom it is. However, just earlier this month slash last month, she had posted teaser pictures, and people are thinking she's maybe dating somebody from the Cleveland Browns, because not only was she spotted in this matching outfit, if you go to her Instagram and see this picture right there, and if you just keep scrolling through, actually you don't even have to scroll that much. Scroll to the second picture, and what do you see? Ooh, people's feet in the sand. Yes, people's. If you look behind Tia's feet, you can see some maybe man's feet behind her. You don't see him gripping her waist around. However, it's like, is she dating somebody from the Cleveland Browns? Is that what she's trying to hint at? And this was just weeks ago when she did this. And just in the last 48 hours, she has said she has found love again. So because of that, I don't know. It seems like Tia after Corey, after all that whining and complaining about how she wants this and that in a man, which was exactly the man that she had, she has allegedly found somebody that is that. Somebody who's Corey but not Corey. I don't know. I'm quite curious. But, honestly, all jokes aside, though, I'm glad Tia is out here happy dating. She said it was a struggle out here dating. She said even though a lot of people are hitting her up in the DMs, they're not approaching her correctly. So whoever approaches her correctly and she gives the time and day to, and if you guys last long, and where she's able to tease and say that she's in a relationship and has found love. And I don't even think about that. Think about that. This was the same girl that was crying and talking about how she is so poppin', so fresh, showing off her body on the internet, and is trying to be all this after the divorce, like have a comeback and be like snatched in a sense. And she has finally, and it was like hard for her, like let's be for real. And she said that it was hard for her. And because of that, to finally find somebody after all that, I'm just really happy for Tia. So that's why I'm going to pull some cards to see how her relationship is. How's her love life? That's what I really want to know. Because her love life will tell me if she's fulfilled, if she's just checking out potential suitors, if this is somebody that she's digging, or if Tia, maybe that's a publicity stunt, but I don't think she would joke about finding love. She has been quite open and honest about that, and if she said that she's found love, then I believe she has found a sense of happiness. She might have been a little quick to call it love, but let's just see. Wow, amazing. The first card that comes out is actually the Ace of Cups, which is really beautiful. And I really like that for Tia, especially within her love life, because that definitely symbolizes that there is a lot of emotions, that she does see that there is a potential suitor that does make her feel overzealous and joyous and maybe brought back to life and rejuvenated again. So she feels happy in her love life. So let's see what the foundation is. Yes, I could see the Five of Cups being her foundation. Not saying that this relationship is stemming from the Five of Cups, but Tia as herself with what she's been going on in her love life. yes, I could see her foundation being the five of cups. She is kind of like picking herself back up, and even though knowing that she's taken a major loss, a major L for real, that there is still love out there for her if she is looking in the right direction. So that's the best way I'm going to put it. But let's see what the past has to offer. Oh, the Ten of Cups in her past, usually symbolizing, a beautiful marriage, a beautiful home, everything that it looked like on the outside to us as the audience, her relationship. But outside of that, that's the persona that she's been putting on since the breakup, since the divorce. She's been putting on this perfect, pretty image that she is all happy, that she is all together, even though she talks about the struggles in relationships and maybe a little bit open here and there. She really has been putting on a front persona and showing that she isn't like desperate for love in a sense because of this Ace of Cups. Only because the Ace of Cups, even though it's like very beautiful, very dreamy, very nice for an emotional time when it comes to relationships, but it can also symbolize that emotion that clouds your judgment because you're so engulfed and so consumed by your emotions that you lose logic and rationale kind of sense. And that's how Tia is feeling with her in her love life. Not saying within her relationship, but that's the drive that she's feeling, especially coming from this Ten of Cups. It's like a literal reset. We went from the Ten of Cups to the Ace of Cups. We finished and then we started over again. And that's the transition that Tia is going through. We see at the foundation, actually all of this is cups now that I'm thinking about it. And we see right here down at the foundation is the Five of Cups, feeling a loss, moving on from this Ten of Cups, but knowing that there's new beginnings and there's still love out there. And that she could pick herself up because she's still beautiful. She's still got it going on. All that good stuff that you got to tell yourself when you're picking yourself back up after a relationship. However, she is trying to get, like they say, fake it till you make it. The Tia that she's been presenting to us, she's trying to literally actualize it within herself. And this Ace of Cups is just the beginning of it. And it probably had to start with actualizing a relationship and a man, but we'll see. Let's see what's in her current head. I was really hoping it wasn't a cup, guys. It's the Knight of Cups, which is very beautiful because the Knight of Cups, especially for a love reading, symbolizes, I'm sorry, Tia, that you have so many cup cards. She's literally drowning in the Ace of Cups. She's swimming in emotions. I'm not even kidding. Literally and metaphorically, she's overwhelmed. Maybe overconsumed even. Like it consumes her thoughts. It consumes her day. Something that she might obsess over. Just those kinds of things. When I see so much cups, it can get in the way of her like thinking that she'd be doing something and then it like pops in her mind. But the Knight of Cups symbolizes a suitor, a potential somebody that's coming towards you. She's trying to manifest that, like I said, actualize it and realize it. I was hoping that she wasn't trying to physically manifest a man, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That seems what she has gotten if those pictures are not for stunts and she really might be dating somebody from Cleveland Browns. And even if she's not, and that's just to throw us off our scent so we don't really know who she's dating, then I'm glad whoever she is currently in a relationship, that he's a potential suitor that she is willing to tease the public with because he satisfies everything she is looking for. Good. We didn't end off on a cups. We ended off on a King of Swords. Looking at all the cups. Very fitting because that king needs to definitely judge and look over all these cups, all this cup energy, because this is a lot. But the Knight of Cups is somebody who's a lot more, I'll say, clear in their judgment, because they're able to think clearly and not be consumed by their emotions. Yeah, Tia may be feeling all these good feeling emotions that she might have once felt before, thought that she wouldn't find ever again. And now that she has, it's like bringing out the floodgates, right? She's going to become that King of Swords energy and realize, hold up, I got to get in control of this and not allow it to lead me down the same path. even though she might not be doing the same things as she did when she got into a relationship with Corey. Just those emotions of not wanting to hurt myself, not wanting to do something that's going to affect me and my children. Even let's just think about those kind of things too, because she is a mother, so with younger children that are underage basically, so she also has to think about those things as well when it comes to dating and bringing who into the family or house even. So with that being said, but also she was in this really weird period where she wasn't even talking to her sisters. So there was just like so much going on with her and just how she connected and related to people in general, period. But hey, this King of Swords is having some like breakthrough clarity and all this confusion, this sea of emotions, basically. But let's see what the outside forces are that are influencing this new love that she has in her life. We have the King of Cups. I like that because the King of Cups is right there next to the Knight of Cups. And usually I put something at the bottom, but I want to see what this king is going to be bringing. The Chariot. Okay. Let's see the bottom here. Ooh, I picked up both at the same time. Well, the one thing that I like that really balanced out the fact that there's so much water, besides the fact that two major arcanas that are based in water came out, is that a lot of major arcana cards came out. So that means that this water is granted, because at the very end, what do I see? Strength. And yes, strength is definitely needed here. But what I see here is the King of Cups. This King of Cups symbolizes somebody, a potential suitor, like I said, Knight of Cups, coming into her life that's offering her love. Now, it's weird that the King of Cups is in the past, and then the future card, since this is a potential suitor, right? The potential suitor brings up the Chariot, which is all about the things coming up from your past when you're trying to move forward. So I'm just like, could this represent a past lover? Could this represent somebody that brings up those old emotions that she once felt, of like somebody that's like an emotional provider, somebody that's like everything that she wanted that was like Corey? Could those like be bringing up those kinds of like feelings again? Could she be like reminiscing on Corey maybe now has moved on from him and she thought she did? And even though she's like in this loving relationship that she thought that she was like looking for and was like going to get everything that she was going to get, it wasn't all that it was still. But what I see down here is the moon, and the Chariot and the moon combined, because the moon represents the cycles, but the moon and the Chariot together kind of gives me a carousel where you're going up and down, around and around. So it's like a circus. It's like her love life is a sense of amusement at this time. Whoever is caught her attention is on her radar, and she's willing to entertain him publicly because there's something about him that's amusing, that's charming, that draws her to him, even though it might remind her of her past relationship. It's like her past relationship and is different and evolved. That's that up and down where she like feels like she's with Corey, but it's not like Corey. So it's like those things of trying to like separate the two while trying to move forward. And I see kind of like a strength card, all those emotions that are within her. Like I said, it just purely shows that she's still not over Corey, even though she's in this relationship with somebody allegedly, typically. But also at the same time, it's showing that even though she's ready for a relationship time-wise. Sorry about that, guys. My Wi-Fi, the power just went out. It's been like that today. I think it's like that after a storm. You know how it is back up here in the woods. However, as I was saying, before I had really gotten cut off, had to wait a few minutes, didn't want to lose that train of thought. But I was talking about how Tia is, even though she isn't over Corey, theoretically she is ready to move on in time, given the time that she has been divorced from Corey. So given that, she should be ready to go back out in time, go back out and date. But inwardly, she's not ready to move on. from Corey because she's in this relationship and is feeling those emotions, and those emotions are coming up in her. And because those emotions are coming up in her, this strength card symbolizes having the strength to overcome those feelings of reminiscing over Corey, thinking of Corey, remembering Corey, comparing him to Corey. All she knew was Corey, 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 Corey. So because of that, it's that strength of not allowing the past to show up and consume her. Like I said, this Ace of Cups, so much emotions. Like I said, a lot of water, a lot of confusion. It's because of that. When moving forward, she's going to have some clarity. And when you get that clarity is going to stem from that inner strength that she has found inside within herself after going through those cycles and feelings and emotions that she has to process. And maybe she needed to get into a relationship to process these emotions. Sometimes it's like that. You need other people to bounce off and work off your emotions with, because those are sometimes the inner things that you need just in interaction with to deal with. However, also at the same time, there's just some things where it has to come and stem from inner work before you're able to really get into another relationship with somebody else and interact with them in a love situation like that. So she may still need more time for just herself in her given situation, but also at the same time, the waiting process keeps her in that perpetual loop, like the moon card symbolizes. So it's that, should I date? Should I not date? Am I dating too soon? Am I ready? When am I ever going to be ready? If I'm not ready now, when? Kind of thing. So because of that, that doesn't make her want to force herself. But when she does get into a relationship, now that she has gotten into a alleged relationship, it's opening up those boundaries and feelings within inside of herself. So let's just pull 3 cards to symbolize how this relationship is going for her. Now that we've taken a peek into Tia's love life. All right. First card, worry. Think, getting better. Just because that last card flashed itself at me, I feel like that box goes along with that scythe. So what I see here is worry, which had me worry, honestly, when it comes to this relationship. But this, like I said, everything that goes into how Tia is feeling, I could see where this worry card stems from. So given all the worries that Tia fears within inside of herself. And like I said, moving on to that King of Swords, we have the Think card, which symbolizes having a decision, having a viewpoint, and able to think, consider, and reason. So because of that, we see that Tia is able to move past that worry, that doubt that might keep her in a perpetual loop or keep her from fully trying to get into a relationship or trying or just even simply giving somebody a chance. So all those different things, it's like she feels like she's boxing, the worry can box herself in, or she's boxing herself in by thinking those things. So with this scythe here, just cutting at that box, just trying to think outside the box, knowing that she isn't in this box, knowing that she isn't consumed or attached or not over Corey. Those limiting thought beliefs, she wants to cut them away. Positive thinking, that's all that she's trying to go into with this relationship, even though she feels a whole lot of worry within inside of herself. It's a soothing / grounding technique and mechanism within herself. So I hope you enjoyed this reading on Tia Mowry. I sure did. It was quite interesting. And with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sorry if this video was a bit short. The power shortage is kind of killing the vibes a little bit today, but you know what? That's okay. It's been stormy. It's been windy. Maryland literally experienced 4 seasons within a matter of 24 hours. So I get it. The power lines are a bit wonky, I'll see you sunflowers in the next one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It will really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. Become a sunflower and spread those beautiful sunflower seeds and positivity towards people like Tia who are out here struggling, trying to move forward and process heartache and other things likewise. But anybody that could be in a situation similar or feel similar things for different reasons, maybe may send those positive, good vibrations out there to all those good people. So with that being said, please subscribe, leave your comments down below. How do you feel about Tia? Do you think she was married, not married? Do you think she's in a relationship? Do you think that she's truly teasing that she's dating somebody from the Cleveland Browns, or is that to just knock us off her scent? But she could still be dating somebody? Or hey, let me know. Do you think this is all just a PR stunt given Tia's behavior as usual? Let me know all that down below in the comments. I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Please give this video a thumbs up. And before I go, you know what I gotta say. Hype, hype, hype us up. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe to us. Ayy. And I'll see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.